I'm Josh Rodda, dad to Jericho, Jericho, and husband to Debbie. I'm a middle school special education teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher, and a power lifter. I was asked I've got the opportunity to be a effort over excuses athlete, and I accepted immediately because I've already been following, and man, I love what they represent, what you represent, and I guess this video is about what effort over excuses means to me, and I've been thinking about this all day, and really waiting to make this video for you, Marcel. I coached football for 15 years and really preached this to my kids the whole time. Everybody's got excuses. Everybody's got reasons that they want to quit or don't want to do something. They talk, but they don't want to follow through with it. I remember coaching, and I was working full-time in a factory, and I would coach after work, and finally got my degree in special education, and I had the excuse just in that because no Rodda had ever graduated college. There was my excuse. You just go work a factory job. Now, there's nothing wrong with working a factory job, but I knew there was something more for my life, something more that I had in me to share, to pass on to kids, and a love and a passion for what they're doing. So that was my first real challenge with, do I let the excuse of no Rodda ever graduating college stop me? Or do I man up and say, no, this is what I'm going to do? Now, it was a grind. It was tough for me because I wasn't the best student. You can ask all my teachers from high school, but that was my first experience with that. So effort over excuses means to me of doing things that maybe genetically you weren't gifted to do, mentally you weren't gifted to do. It means to me is not punking out, not giving up, just fighting through whatever challenges you've got. Now, personally, my wife and I tried for 13 years to have a child biologically. Didn't happen. Could that have caused problems between us? Absolutely. Could that have caused us to fold and say, well, maybe we weren't meant to be together? No. We held strong to our faith and knew that God had a bigger plan for us. Not that a biological child's not a big plan, but we always prayed for our child to be something special, something different, something out of the ordinary, something just where we knew God said, this is what we got for you. So, real quick rundown of Jericho's story. God led us down the adoption route, and Jericho, we didn't know anything. This was after 2 failed adoptions, so we were pretty down and out at this time, but we got the call the day he was born, didn't know anything for the 9 months. So Monday morning, April the 20th of last year, wasn't a dad. At 12 o'clock I was. God knew, he knew that's how I wanted it, and that's how I would, the way we rolled. So anyway, that's how that transpired. And so we went and picked him up, and we had a couple names always picked out. 13 years of, what would you name your kid? What would you, so we had Jericho and a couple other ones picked out, but we decided on Jericho. And that day, on Our Daily Bread, it's a daily devotional. That day, his verse was Joshua 6:2, which says, "For the Lord said to Joshua, I have placed Jericho into your hands." So there was a lot of things that happened in that whole time that, we just knew that this was not a mistake. This is what God had planned for us the whole time. So had we let those excuses of doubt and fear and all that stuff of even getting into the adoption world, or even traveling that road, that path, you know, we had to put more effort, more love, more, you know, concern on our marriage, just to make sure that, you know, we didn't let the enemy get in and get a little foothold in our marriage, because that's a trying time. And but now, I mean, it's just all full circle, and we know why God had us wait, because He was making Jericho for us. Now, had I known this 13 years ago, I would have been a lot more patient and all that. But, you know, would I wait another 13 years for another Jericho? Absolutely. If you met my son, you would totally see what it's all about. But anyway, quick rundown of why I accepted, why I bought in, why I love this company, why I love what it stands for. The name Effort Over Excuses is what I'm all about. It's the passion that I have. It's what I take into the gym with me every day, what I take into the school system with me every day. It's just about putting effort over whatever mental weakness, mental excuses can come up. I mean, I was a lazy, fat, weak guy 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I decided one day, you know, I'm not going to be that. You know, I want to represent my family well, and especially now, what keeps me going is I want Jericho to be proud of his dad. I want to be able to protect my family if it came down to it. I want to be strong enough and physically able enough to physically protect my family if it needed to happen. So, Effort Over Excuses. Love it. Bought in. Sold out. I'm in. Let's go. Let's take this. I'm on their train. Let's keep it going. Thanks, Marcel.